5 ways British and American kitchens are very different. Lots of Pod makes amazing videos. Make sure you go check him out. Before we do jump into this, I appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button. And if you guys want to support further, I am posting extra content on my Patreon. Link is in description. Let's jump into this and see what we got. How different can it be?
Hello, I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond. And one of those memos pertains to kitchens. It's that time of year again, of course, when food sees its approval rating shoot to new heights. And while I continue to look at the way in which British and American food varies wildly, the same is true of kitchens. Sure, some American kitchens on the whole might be larger than their British counterparts, just by virtue of the fact that houses are. But for once, I'm not going to concentrate on size. Instead, today, I'm going to stick a rubber-gloved hand deep down into the details of how we use our kitchens. From etiquette to gadgets, here are 5 ways that British and American kitchens are very different.
Yo, how we use it? Like, we've all got oven, we've all got fridge, a sink. It would just be like appliances, right? Oh, kettles.
I don't know if you've heard this or not, but my homeland of Britain may or may not be obsessed with tea. We're so obsessed, in fact, that when everybody was worried about running out of toilet roll, we were clearing the shelves of PG tips. And our obsession with tea can be seen through the gadget we use to make it, the electric kettle. And
the thing is, right, a lot of Americans don't have kettles, right? Or do you? Like, isn't it easy to have a kettle to like make, like, even if you don't like tea, I'm a coffee drinker myself. So like, it's easy to make a hot coffee. You just put the water in the kettle instead of like getting a jug and then boiling it and stuff. Oh, that just seems long to me.
Electric kettle is a kettle that is electric. That is, you plug it into the wall. Now, I don't have British plug sockets where I live, so what you're seeing right now is not completely authentic. But the electric kettle at my house is made by the British company Russell Hobbs. You simply plug it in, put water in it, switch it on, and wait for it to boil. Now,
Oh, yeah, you get kettles that can be on the stove. Right, okay, if you have a kettle on the stove, that's kind of the same as, like, boiling it on the stove. It's more effort, like, actually putting on the stove. See, I'll just use this. Nice and simple. Wait. Don't you guys, like, sometimes boil your water in the microwave? Yo, that just, I know it was, but that just sounds mad to me.
Boil. Now, any British people watching this might be thinking, how on earth do Americans make tea? Well, firstly, Americans don't drink tea quite as much as British people. And
but
secondly, even though America doesn't have a royal family, coffee is king. Not literally, that would be absurd.
Coffee
so for
is better.
Who do drink tea or hot drinks that aren't coffee, they usually have stovetop kettles. They work much the same way as electric kettles, except you don't plug them in. And the only thing that you turn on is the stove.
Ah, okay, damn.
I have to say, while I don't have a main...
Yo, believe me with this one, right? If you guys use a kettle or you boil water a lot, just get yourself an electric kettle. Just have it in the corner of the room. Right, life is simple. It's easy. You just put the water in, you click a switch, boom, it's done. Pour. Right, you're done.
Major preference between both types of kettles. There is something a little bit satisfying about a kettle that whistles.
Ah, that's not for me. That'll just do my head in.
Plus, that way you know when it's done, even if you're in another wing of your house, another room of your house.
Fair enough.
Either way, when it comes to Britain, the electric kettle is not the only kitchen gadget that uses water. Washing machines in
laundry.
A kitchen. Sorry, America, for most Brits, this is a harsh reality.
Right, okay. Okay, so this is true in a lot of senses, but I don't know. I feel like if you got the choice, you wouldn't. So, like, right now in my house, I have my washing machine and dryer machine in the garage, right? I wouldn't put them in the kitchen, but in a lot of homes they are in the kitchens.
I say harsh, most of us wouldn't want it any other way. When I was growing up, the washing machine was right there next to the kitchen sink. It was an easy way to consolidate chores and get chicken curry in your underpants.
Oh, nice, beautiful.
Because a lot of British washing machines also contain a dryer in one machine.
Yeah, all
it's
in
not
one.
a great idea because the dryer is usually rubbish. Hence why a lot of Brits still put their clothes out on a washing line. Across the pond, look around most kitchens in the United States and you won't find a washing machine. You might sometimes find them in a kind of pseudo laundry room that's attached to the kitchen, but not normally beneath the microwave.
Oh, in the kitchen.
Sinks in. And speaking of sinks, that brings us on.
I was gonna say, you Americans not washing your clothes. You don't have washing machines, but you meant like in the kitchen.
To this.
Just
join.
Bro, how can the sinks be different? It's a tap in it. Bro, what?
Me now and imagine a dystopian future in which humanity has run out of dishwashers. What would we do? Well, the answer to that question might depend on the country that you live in. For example, Americans would be more likely than Brits to hand wash their dishes under water running from a tap.
Right.
On the other hand, Brits might be more likely than Americans to clean them in a sink filled with hot water.
Oh no, yo. I know so many people that do this. Right, I have family members that do this. I find it disgusting. Bro, I legit... Hear me out, right? Hear me out. I legit have family members that do this, okay? Hear me out. When you wash your pots in a tub that's full of water, bear in mind you don't rinse the water, right? You get the plate. The plate's dirty. You're washing, right? Boom, that's clean. You put another plate in. You're now putting it into dirty water because the plate before that was dirty. What I do, I just leave the tap running and I just wash.
This is partly done to be more economical with water use, but it's also
that makes
because
sense.
British homes didn't, and in some cases still don't, have mixer taps. In other words, most British homes were equipped with separate hot and cold taps.
Right.
And so cleaning dishes under a...
Most homes just have one tap now, right? It's very rare when I see two taps.
Running hot tap might result in third-degree burns. However, primed almost universally with mixer taps, which help them to regulate temperature, Americans don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Additionally, American kitchen sinks often come equipped with gadgets that might seem alien in some British homes. For example, and this is one of my favourites, the garbage disposal. This is a mechanical feature inside plug holes that breaks up waste.
So
it's also
good.
the cause of death for 57% of people in American horror films. And the other delightful gadget that's found in a lot of American sinks is the sprayer hose. This is kind of a pre-clean thing where you spray all of the gunk off the plate and then you clean your plate under regulated warm water.
Yo, that is so good. Bro, you spray the plate, use the garbage, and oh my god, that is so good. Bro, we're so behind with our stuff, man.
And then you clean your plate under regulated warm water.
That's so good.
Okay,
I like that.
In this dishwasherless dystopian nightmare, both countries do at least have options. But what about when it comes to drying the dishes? In Britain, it's fairly normal not to rinse the soap off before letting the dishes dry on the drying rack. Once there, the soap, in theory, slides off or dissolves. It was hard to explain that to my American wife because Americans, for the most part, rinse off the soap with tap water or, if you're feeling lucky, the sprayer hose, and either leave it to dry in the drying rack or may not get to it straight away with...
Wait, I'm confused. I am confused. I'm confused. Is he saying people in the UK like put soap on their plates and leave it on the plates and don't rinse it off? Bro, who is doing that? That's what people in the UK do?
Fairly normal not to rinse the soap off. Dystopian nightmare. Both countries do at least have options, but what about when it comes to drying the dishes? In Britain, it's fairly normal not to rinse the soap off before letting the dishes dry on the drying rack.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Bro, you put soap on the plate and you just leave the plate in the drying. You don't wash it? Oh, hell no, bro. Yo, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Once there, the soap, in theory, slides off or dissolves. It was hard to explain that to my American wife because Americans, for the most part, rinse off the soap with tap water or, if you're feeling lucky, a sprayer hose, and either leave it to dry in the drying rack or may not get to it straight away with a towel. Now,
listen, here's how I wash, right? And I'm from UK. I don't know how other people are doing it in the UK, but it's weird, bro. I leave the tap running, right? It might be bad, but it's the most hygienic, you know what I'm saying? Leave the tap running, you wash, I give the plate a scrub, top up with soap if I need washing up liquid. I give it a scrub, I rinse a few times, flip over right. Yep, it's clean. Then I dry. I wouldn't dry it with soap still on the plate. Oh, hell no. Ain't no way, bro.
I've never been passionately in
want
favour of one method
soap
over the other. But the argument often thrown forward for the British way is that rinsing can leave water stains. And I suppose
there's legit soap on the plate. What about soap stains? What about your chips tasting of soap, bro?
That's true if you're lazy, and thinking about it, I am. If I wasn't, I probably wouldn't make use of these.
Egg cups.
Egg cups. What on earth is an egg cup? And I'm not exclusively throwing that question at Americans, because Americans of a certain region or generation have often told me, oh, we had those growing up. That was really British, sorry. But the fact is, most Americans are probably not familiar with egg cups and most certainly don't have them in their houses.
Yeah, I don't have or ever owned an egg cup, but I'm pretty sure my grandma at some point has definitely had one.
On the other hand, according to a law that I just made up, it's illegal for British kitchens not to have one. We're even handed them at birth. The parents walk away with a baby, an egg cup, and 4 boxes of PG tips. But what do we use them for? Well, I'm glad you asked, because this is where the lazy part of Lawrence comes in. They house soft-boiled eggs, and these are soft-boiled eggs that have had the top knocked off them. I've never been really...
Listen, I don't really like egg that much, right? But I actually love dipping toast into egg into the yolk. Oh, I love it. I actually love this.
I've never been really good at that part.
That's nice.
And what you do is you dip toast or bread soldiers into the egg.
Oh, that's really smart.
It is the most amazing breakfast in the whole world, and you're all wrong. Shut up.
Oh, I just use like a shot glass.
Egg cups. I do realise that for some of you, you've just learned a new word. The perfect segue into this.
Kitchen lingo.
Just to bring us full circle, there are, of course, many British and American word differences when it comes to food.
Right.
I have done and will continue to do videos on that. But here's a short sample of variations in kitchen lingo. In Britain, whether or not the hot and cold taps are unified, tap is the word we go for. And while I have heard that word applied in the United States, Americans will often opt for faucet.
Oh, really?
Sometimes when the plumbing's bad and the water...
See, UK normally, or like British always normally sounds posher, but oh, would you be able to turn on the faucet? I know none of you saying it like that. But faucet sounds so much posher than tap.
Won't come out. You might have to force it. Sorry, that joke only works in Britain. Anyway, whether it is tap or faucet, you will need.
What to say?
And sometimes when the plumbing's bad and the water won't come out, you might have to force it.
I've never had that problem.
Sorry, that joke only works in Britain.
Maybe
anyway,
a lot of people
whether it is tap or faucet, you will need one to do the washing up. Washing up, that's what Americans say when they just take 5 minutes to clean themselves.
Yeah, wash it up.
In Britain, that's our phrase for doing the dishes. And
yeah, wash it up.
If we're not being lazy, we might dry the dishes by hand. In order to do this, we use what is known as a tea towel. In America, I've heard many variants.
Do you guys actually use tea towels? I never use tea towels. I just let my dishes air dry.
On this, but you might be hard pressed to find somebody that uses the term tea towel. Instead, in Indiana, I think I most commonly heard dish towel. In my house, I don't know about anybody else's, these can often be found hanging from the oven. I don't know why I did that, because actually both countries use the word oven. But in Britain, we also call it a cooker, and that's something for which my wife has ridiculed me for 15 years. Thank you for watching this latest episode. Be sure to subscribe.
That was good. I enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Make sure you thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I do have a gaming channel and an everything channel where I'm posting more reactions to. Both of the channel links are in the description if you want to check them out. I'm also live every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.